The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, FRA. How's everyone doing? Hope you had a great week. We are very excited to share with you today's program of the Builder's Mindset. And I'm excited about talking a little bit about this week and what we went through over at home office at the liftoff meeting, at the leadership liftoff. I'm going to share with you a couple of things. But before I get started, first I want to thank all of you who attended the FRA leadership liftoff in St. Louis. We had a fantastic time, great time in home office, get a chance to see the corporate office, get a chance to see the corporate team, get to see all the new updates, all the exciting news, all the new brochures and programs that are coming out. It was a great time. I think that many of the leaders came home and feel completely different about their meeting. As you can see on the screen, these are some of the photos. I mean, this doesn't even give even a small perspective of what happened this week. A tremendous amount of team bonding that you'll never get back, a tremendous amount of information that was given, great training from our new Chief Marketing Officer, Ken Estrada. It was just a great event and a week that most of us or all of us would never forget. I want to encourage everyone that when the company has a big event, a company has a meeting, no matter where it is in the country, you want to find a way to get there. You want to fight to get to these big events. The business is built from event to event, and when your company or the business that you're building is running a big meeting where the corporate leaders are going to be there and also the field leaders are going to be there, it is something you do not want to miss. And I think the people that did go, they also wish they would have brought all of their team with them so they could have seen the information that was shared and the excitement of things to come. There is a lot of information that we learned, a lot of new updates. I won't go through all of that. There's some information. I'll give you some highlights, though. We'll have an updated business blueprint. It is being created today. It's still in process right now. It's almost, I think it's pretty much done. It's just updating with some new information and some areas that will help you accelerate building your business. So our current blueprint is still fine, but as the new one comes out, we'll be changing that, and you'll be getting a copy of that, be able to download it into your back office. The FRA recognition program, we have a great new recognition program. You'll see that added to the back office as well. Make sure that you check into your virtual back office so you can see the updates, whether it be the new $100,000 ring, quarter million dollar ring, and things like that. As you go up the ranks up to $1 million, you'll get certain awards, certain trips and contests that you'll be able to qualify for. Very exciting. Our next event will be launched as well, the location and dates. Check your virtual back office. You want to be constantly checking your back office for news and updates so you can not only update yourself but also update your team of what's going to come. Virtual back office will also have new updates. There's new things you could do now. You could check your commission rates. You could check your team members. You could check your hierarchy tree. So you can see everything now. You can even see the checks that's coming out today or what you're going to see next week. You'll be able to see every week your commission cycle. So all the exciting news of we getting paid weekly gets more exciting as you see your checks start to build up and you start to build your business. We also have a licensing reimbursement program. We'll have more about that in the back office, so new agents can now get reimbursed for their licensing after they get done with their training program, and we'll have that more broken down in the back. What I don't have listed here on the PowerPoint is also a new FRA Insure program. It's a program where you're able to sell your book of business back to FRA if and when you decide you want to go ahead and maybe retire or, say you want to go and take a break, whatever you want to do, you're able to sell your business and FRA will buy your business from you. So you have an exit strategy. I want everyone to get excited about that, the ability to have your book of business bought by FRA, and you get a chance to go ahead and do the things you want to do later on when you decide to exit. So having an exit strategy is very exciting. One thing I did not add on this as well, the mature market focus, our new target market of getting really educated on the mature market and why the baby boomer phenomenon and why that generation is an area of focus for our company. We believe it's where the market is going, and many people have really neglected the movement of the mature market, of the senior market, and this next generation of seniors that are coming. And we are going to be in a position to take full advantage and to help these families and these retirees and these seniors be able to retire the way they like to retire by giving them the certain benefits that they're looking for with the products and services that we offer. The VOP has now become a career day and corporate overview. So when you're using that in your communication, we have a lot of new brochures as well. We have a new senior market brochure, a new presentation to share with your clients. We have a new client presentation PowerPoint, and a new career day or corporate overview presentation as well. That has all been updated. And so you'll be able to see it. We went through it. Kenneth Schreider did a great job of going through both of these presentations in front of the executive team. And it is great to see the change and the major improvement, not only in the presentation, but what it'll do for your business because of how simple it'll be able to translate to your clients and your team. And also the major focus coming home as well is building a big base shop. We will talk a lot about that through the next coming weeks of what is a base shop, how do you build a base shop, and why it is so critical to do that. Actually, next week's training will be how to build a big base shop. And one thing you want to consider is that building a base shop is everyone in your organization that is not a director. So if you are a director, then everyone under you that is not a director is in your base shop. And that is the bottom line of what we're trying to build leaders to build big base shops. So you want people to spin out, and that's kind of the word we were utilizing, spin out and become a director as they qualify for it. But if you have to build a big base shop in your organization, that is the focus of our business, and that's going to be the focus of FRA's leadership. A lot of recognition will be focused on the base shop. So you want to get that into your vocabulary, into your mind of what is a base shop and how do you build a base shop. And we'll get more into that in the next coming weeks because it is a major focus for our business, okay? Also, I want you to mark your calendars for February 22nd at the Crown Plaza in Burlingame. We have our NorCal Base Shop Builder Summit. We will train our new members and our existing members and leaders. What is a base shop? How do you build a base shop? The secret of a base shop, and understanding how this whole thing works so that you can start building your business the right way from the beginning. So building a base shop is critical, and I know for some of you, if you've never heard of the term base shop, don't get confused today. We'll get more into that in the next coming weeks, and make sure you continue to stay tuned into our program every week so that you don't lose any information regarding this important topic moving forward, okay? So let's go ahead and get into our training. I'm going to talk about, and this is not a long presentation. First, I'm going to give a little bit of the builder's mindset, and at the end, I'm going to give you some of the tips that I received from Joe Roos-Evans in our training and some of the highlights of information that inspired me in our meeting this week, and I'm going to close out with that. But I'm going to kind of give you some idea of the builder's mindset and what a builder is and what does it mean to build and to get your mindset, because when you're building a business like FRA, there's certain things that you want to focus on. And one of them is how you're going to build this business from the very first day. What is your focus? What is your commitment level? What are you going to do? So we're going to talk about that first. Before I talk about any training, I always start off with the same three fundamentals. And I believe these three pillars are critical to anyone in success in any area of their life. And number one is clarity. Why are you here? And understanding every day why you do what you do. What is your outcome? What are you doing in this company? Why did you join? Why are you building a team? Are you clear on that? Some may want to do this company or be an FRA because of the fact that they're able to make a difference, to change people's lives, to make an impact, to be significant in other people so that you can help them get to where they want. In the process, if you could become more and be clear on where you want to go, you will always have more. But you got to be clear on what you're looking for and what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, then you may not ever find it. You ask the average person what he wants, and he doesn't even know. So you want to be clear on your why. What is your why? What's driving you to make this business a reality for you? Are you clear that deep inside of your core that you believe that you could win, that you're clear on that? You know, some people, believe it or not, and it's sad, deep inside of them, they don't necessarily believe that they can make it in certain things. And the reason why I say that is I suffered for that in the very early stages of my career, in my 20s. I really deep inside felt that I couldn't make it. That because of the background that I went through, because of the type of education that I had, because of losing my parents, that I had all these reasons why I wouldn't be able to succeed. And deep inside my core, I didn't feel that I could succeed. It wasn't until I overcome that belief, that clarity, that it could happen to you, that you could do it, that you are worthy of it. That's not until I started to take my life and my business to the next level. And I'm telling you, clarity is critical to that, okay? Once you are clear, you got to ask yourself, what are you going to do now? Now that you're clear of what you want, what does that mean? Very similar to saying, once you're clear on the kind of body you want to have, or the type of income you want to have, or the type of job you want to have, or the type of friends you want to have, whatever that is, what are you going to do now? What is your strategy to get you to that point? Maybe this business is to learn more. Maybe it is to understand people, or maybe it is you have to get a license, or maybe it's start going to meetings, or the basic things in that nature. But you've got to have a strategy of what are you going to do now, and then you have to immerse yourself to a point where it becomes who you are, almost to a point where you could seem fanatical about chasing your dreams. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being fanatical about chasing dreams and wanting to make a difference in other people's lives and wanting to make an impact, giving them the information necessary so they could get to the goals and dreams that they want, not only in business but in their financial life. We have such a huge responsibility at FRA. We help families understand money and how money works for them, to give them the peace of mind that they could have financial security in the future. That is a huge responsibility because everyone wants it, but yet they don't necessarily have the tools necessary to deliver as you have in this company. So you're very fortunate that you are here today and part of this movement, and I hope you feel special about doing that as well, because if you are focused and excited about where we're going, I'm telling you the future is extremely bright, extremely bright. A couple of things, and let's go ahead and get, I'm excited now, so let's get really going. First, talk about leadership. I believe leadership is critical, and you have to be that leader. So to have a builder's mindset, it starts with leadership. People do what they see. They forget your words, but they'll follow your footsteps. So you have to be the leader by leading by example. Do you recruit? Do you build? Do you invite? Do you do it so your team will follow you to do it? Leading followers is fast and easy and offers little return. But leading leaders is slow and hard but provides a great return. So you want to build leaders. Nothing wrong with building followers. That's big. That's a big deal. But you want to build leaders because leading leaders is slow and hard, but it provides a great return. It takes less time to do the right thing than to explain why you did it wrong. So you want to make sure that you're doing things right. You may want to get a mentor, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. Problems are those things that we see when we take our eye off our goals. If you're focusing on something and you have a goal or where you want to go, you'll notice that you'll attract the things needed if you're focused on the positive areas to get to that goal. But if you see problems and you focus on problems, you'll take your eye off the goal because you'll focus on the distractions of problems. And believe me, I don't care what you're going through today or what you went through in the past, we all go through things. We all go through problems. And if you didn't have one now, you'll probably have one in the future. But you can't let you focus on that where it takes your eye off your target, because we're always going to go through things that set us back. People who start out going nowhere generally will get there, because if you don't know where you're going, anywhere will do. And so you want to make sure that you know where you're going and you want to focus on that direction. Our attitude at the beginning of the task will affect its outcome more than anything else. Your attitude. Do you have a positive attitude, a positive outlook in life, a positive view of the people in your business and the people that you associate with? Do you have good intentions, and do you believe people have good intentions? And if you do that, you'll see that you'll watch your business grow. The best cure for a sluggish mind is to disturb its routine. When you start to get sluggish, change your routine. Change the way you're doing things. Change. If you start to get sluggish and you start to get bored, or you start to get, like it's not doing it for you, you got to change and disturb that routine. A person who is good at making excuses is seldom good at anything else because he constantly is making excuses for any limitations in every area of his life. So if you are at a point where this didn't happen because this, or I didn't get this because this, I didn't achieve this, I didn't help this person because this, you'll get used to that. And you'll never really be good at much because you're so used to giving an excuse about it that giving an excuse is actually normal, and they're never really good at anything. If your vision doesn't cost you something, it's just a daydream. So it's got to cost you. What are you willing to pay? What is the price you're willing to pay to get to where you want to go? Never let go of a dream until you're ready to wake up and make it happen. Don't let go of it until you say, you know what, forget it. I don't care about it anymore. And some people have given up. They just don't say it. But we don't want you to give up on your dreams. Never give up in chasing your dreams until the day, you go from this planet. You want to keep on chasing those dreams, okay? In a recruiter's mentality, you must first decide you will recruit. So number one, make a decision that you're going to recruit. So once you've made that decision, you want to keep two buttons alive. There's two buttons with this focus of recruiting. One is a dream button, replacing full-time nightmares with part-time dreams. So let's say someone has a job and you want to get them excited about maybe they could have a part-time income that could exceed their full-time job. Or maybe they can make a difference part-time. They may have a job that's kind of boring them. But maybe if they get involved in our company, they can make a difference and get excited again about helping others. Or you can have the client button. The client button is helping people find solutions for their financial problems. And so if you look at it from a perspective of recruiting, it's dream button, to have them understanding where they could go in business, or the client button of helping their families get to where they want to be financially. Now, I want you to think of something for a minute, that most companies do not focus on middle America or the average person in understanding their money. These big name brand companies out there, these gigantic broker-dealer homes or, broker-dealer houses and things like that, they focus on the wealthy market. I mean, really just wealthy people. If you have X amount of dollars, they focus on you. And even though these type of people have CPAs, accountants, and financial advisors, what about the average guy? What about the average guy who works at a blue-collar job, and no one's ever sat with them about the fundamentals of money? So I want you to keep in mind, you just have such a valuable, valuable information for clients and people in our business that it could change people's lives. So understand you have two buttons, a dream button and a client button, okay? You must commit to execute 4 90-day synergy cycles of personal recruiting and frontline expansion. The way you build your enterprise, or to get your enterprise started, is to first have a personal recruiting expansion. So you need to build frontline. Frontline means that you bring in a new person direct to you. How many direct recruits you have will be a direct proportion of how wide you will get. So you want to have a wide organization that will go down deep. So the wider you are, the stronger your organization will be, because it's a lot stronger to go wider. So you can go as wide as you like. There's no limit to how wide you can make your enterprise or your organization. You can make it as wide as you want, as wide as you can continue to do. You can never go too wide, so keep going wide, okay? You must have geometric recruiting through your ambitious leaders. Now, your ambitious leaders will just start to explode, and that's what they call it, explosion, where you have a guy and a team that just starts to explode in recruiting. That means they're just excited. You'll never recruit in large numbers if you're not excited. So one of the things you got to get into, specifically as a leader, you have to be excited so that people want to join you. They want to join your team. They want to join. What are you in that's making you so excited? Because I don't feel that way about where I am right now. See, most people, they get so used to this daily life that they're not excited anymore. And when they see the excitement coming out of you, I'm telling you, that is a magnet that attracts. And if you can get excited, you will see a lot more leaders. Now, the word ambitious leaders is there are going to be certain leaders in your team that are just ambitious. They just want to win, and they want to win badly. And they just go crazy. And you're going to see geometric recruiting with those leaders. So focus on those leaders. You want to identify leaders at all levels, because you never know. You may recruit a person who's kind of a, what you call, he comes in excited, but he turns out to be a dud. Make sense? But he brings in a guy who's also a dud, but the guy that this guy accidentally brought in is a stud. And you have to identify and work with those people. They call that taprooting into the ambitious leader. Because sometimes the ambitious leader is what drives the two duds above him to start to move. Well, what if the stud makes the duds become studs because they get excited also? Well, then you have a geometric explosion, and that's kind of what you're looking for. You want to stretch their vision, then you want to motivate them, okay? There's a big difference between being a motivated person and a great motivator, okay? Your goal is to be a great orchestrator or director of where motivation is. So you're saying, well, Jeff, I'm scared. I don't want to motivate. I don't know how to motivate people. Well, you really do. But if that scares you, you just direct them to the proper environment, atmosphere, places, or leaders and events that will stretch their vision. See, you got to keep, most people are vision impaired. They only see one dimension. They see today, but they don't think about where they can be. They may only see what they've only been able to accomplish thus far in their lives. They can't see further past that or farther past that. So your goal is to stretch that vision, that maybe when they thought all they could get is this, that there's more to their life that they never even tapped into before, because that you believed in them that they could do it. See, a leader believes more in his people or his organization that they could receive than they may ever believe they could achieve. So you must help them see that. That's your job. Stretch their vision, okay? You want to dramatically increase your monthly recruiting speed. So it's time for FRA as a company and all the leaders to increase our monthly recruiting. So we got to be aggressive on this, fully aggressive on our monthly recruiting. How is your recruiting? Recruit someone today. Help someone today. Change lives today. Increase your monthly recruiting speed. Increase your number of new recruits who actually get a recruit and get a training sale. So you don't just recruit him, help him get a recruit, and make him learn and understand what a training sale is. And that we'll talk about that in one of our other courses of what is field training, because that is a critical topic that I would need about an hour just to go over field training by itself. But understanding that a new recruit who gets a recruit and helps him understand what a training sale is. Increase your number of licensed leaders that are ready to go into the field. In the field is the ability to help a client, to be a field trainer. The ability to be a field trainer is the ability to sit in front of a client, offer them our product services, and help them make a decision, influence a decision that is better for them. And that's what a field trainer does, and he's able to get referrals, understanding how to tap into a team member to help him get to where he wants to go and help him chase his dreams. A field trainer is one of our most, if not one of the most important titles in our company, is being a field trainer. All these titles that we talk about are nothing more than glamorized field trainers. So when you have people come into our company and they feel, well, I'm this title, that's irrelevant. What's relevant is your ability to field train. If you cannot field train, then you're just a training associate. You're a field trainer in training. Title means nothing. Field trainer is everything. So you want to be a strong field trainer and get more licensed people who are ready to go into the field and become field trainers, okay? Increase your number of promotions, because if they're going up the ranks, you're growing a company. Your business is growing, okay? Decrease your number of recruits who do absolutely nothing. That means there are going to be people who join you and they just join and then they disappear. Try to decrease that number by finding out the core belief of why they joined from the beginning and help them get to where they want to go, and find leaders to help assist as the number gets bigger. If you ever watch movies like Jerry Maguire or movies that inspire you to the next level, one thing you got to keep in mind is paying attention to people and what they want in their life. You'll always get to what you want, okay? 3 things you must do, you must need, is a massive change in attitude, a mighty burst of energy and an aggressive vertical move. An aggressive vertical move starting today. It's so wonderful that we're in January of 2014. Isn't that exciting? We're in January of 2014, but it's almost over. January is almost over. Finish strong this month. So that brings you into February and finishing off this quarter to be in a great quarter to get you into 2014 to be your best year ever. Your best year ever has started. Let's get it going. It's not going to start again. There's not going to be another January 1st, 2014. That day is gone. Today is your day to take it to the next level. You must have an aggressive vertical move, okay? The tendency of most weak builders, when I say weak, that means they're not doing it the right way, is they recruit them and then they train them, okay? There's nothing wrong. It's just weaker, okay? I don't mean to put anyone down, but we have a different mentality, okay? A big builder mindset says we recruit them and help them build their own team. Don't recruit him and then train him on everything, because then his mentality is going to be, I'm going to recruit everyone and train them on products and all these things as well. You must help them build their own team. So if you are going to train, help train them how to build a team. But don't just train them on products and services and sales so early that the lifeblood of our business is teaching them how to build, to be a builder. So you're saying, well, Jeff, how do I do that? Well, when they come on board, you help them build a team. So let's look at some ways to look at this, okay? It's a continuous opening of outlets. Every person that joins your organization and joins your enterprise or joins your base shop is an outlet. You want continually opening up new outlets in your organization on a daily basis, okay? Then volume production per outlet. So every time a person comes in, an outlet comes into your company, there's got to be volume into that outlet, right? But you got to have continuous opening of outlets. So continuous opening is a builder. Okay, I want you to keep in mind what I just said. If you can recruit a person and teach him how to recruit a person, and he teaches how to recruit a person, that's continuously opening of outlets. So the word continuous means it never stops. Does it make sense? So if you're looking at this from a perspective, well, I'm just going to recruit and go sell, then you're doing straight from opening outlet to production. No, it's continuous opening, which that you're always bringing in new people at the same time volume is going through the outlet. Every person is an outlet. You are an outlet. Anyone who could offer a product to a consumer is an outlet, but you want continuous opening of outlets every day. Make sure that the master copy is worth following, which means, are you a good outlet to follow? Are you a good person to follow when it comes to continuously opening of outlets? So you must be the example. As we spoke early on about leadership, you must lead by example about being the master copy worth duplicating. That is you as a leader, you as a new person. You got to be duplicatable, and we're going to want to follow, okay? We must give an outlet to things, an opportunity. We all have the same opportunity with FRA, the same system. We have the same meetings to attend, same place they can plug in. They just got to plug in. And how could you lose? If they go to the same things you do, then they should win. Right? That's the art of duplication, if you will, is if I do it this way, you do it this way, then you'll get the same results as me or more, depending on how much more you do it. So you owe them the opportunity because the same one you got, right? And also an example of success. You must show them that your example and your opportunity is a successful one. Can you generate cash flow from your way of running your business? Can you generate more outlets from the way you're running a business? You as a leader, they're looking at you. They're looking at you as their leader to run this operation. It's all how you look at things. Do you see yourself winning or losing? If you don't see yourself winning or losing, how are you going to translate that to your team? So you got to be an example of success so your team will follow your example. You understand? I mean, you're the example. It's you, okay? So be that example, okay? Understand a recruit is not a recruit until he or she has a recruit. A leg is not a leg until you at least get down to about 4 generations. So when a recruit comes in, help them get a recruit, okay? As soon as the guy comes in, let's get you a recruit as soon as possible, okay? And once you get your recruit, let's turn you into a leg. Let's build you 4 generations deep. What if you could have 5, 10 legs in your organization? Think about how incredible that would be. 10 legs that go 4 deep. Could you imagine what kind of leverage how many families you could help, how many lives you could change? 10 that go 10. I mean, it's only 10 people. Come on, we can do it if you get excited, okay? A team is not a team until it has 2 levels of leadership. So you want to build a team large enough that your levels under levels under levels under levels, your generations are building leaders and duplicating you. That's a team. So for example, if you're brand new and you have you as a team, that's great. And now it's time for you to what? Get a recruit. Now, once you get your recruit, what are you going to help him do? Get a recruit. And you're going to help build that outlet, the continuous opening of outlets, like we talked about last slide. And then you turn it into 4 legs, and then you look for levels of leadership, which is identifying the ambitious leaders in that leg. It may take you some time. Some it takes years. Some it takes days. Some it takes weeks. It all depends on your energy, passion, commitment level, and your vision of what you see yourself doing and how you build this business. If you don't want anyone to quit, make sure you see them see more successful appointments, more recruiting appointments, more sales appointments. The more successful appointments an associate does in the field, the tougher it is for that associate to quit. If you want to lock in your new person, you want to recruit someone and lock them in, how many successful appointments has he seen? He or she has seen. So the minute a person comes on board, how many appointments, successful appointments have they seen? If the first one didn't work out, you got to have another one immediately. Because the way you lock in is successful appointments. Successful appointment could be this. A person comes on board. He refers you his brother. His brother says, I don't want to join, but I want to open up an IUL. Now, isn't that a successful appointment? If your new recruit sees them open up a product, wow, what a successful appointment. That'll keep locking him in. The more of those he sees, the more he'll get into his mind, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. If he goes to his first appointment and the first appointment he goes to, the person joined, imagine what that reinforces. That means everybody joined. So the more successful appointments a person goes through, the more they won't leave you, okay? So if you want a big team to grow, more successful appointments, successful appointments, successful appointments, okay? Help them get better. That means you're helping them grow. You know, the average person doesn't even read a book a year, okay? A book a year. You try to get your team to read a book a week. If you could do it, if you read that fast, or a book every 2 weeks, but read a book. Listen to CDs or tapes. I can't believe there's still tapes, but there's tapes that you can listen to get their health better. God, family, health, business, help them become more congruent, more balanced. And you say, what do you mean? Why would you make them do all this? Because if a person is growing because of your influence, they're going to stay with you. Because you're either growing or dying. You ever notice when, like, you know when you're doing something right, it just feels right? Would you agree? Like when you're eating right, doesn't it just feel right? I mean, do you understand? And so I just want each of you to understand, to lock in people, there's 2 ways to do it. Successful appointments and helping them grow as an individual, grow as people. Because it's not have, do, be. That means I'll have this because I'll just do this way. No, it's you must be, do, and then you'll have. You must be the person. Then you'll do the things that that person would do, and then you'll have all the things that you would normally want or you think you want. But you got to be that person first. So help people become better, and you'll have to get to the results that they're dreaming about. Okay. You want to understand the concept of director of motivation, which means directing your team to where the motivation is. Okay. You must get all your teams to our big events, company events, leadership summits, whatever. And you'll notice the word all because you don't want to miss one. The one that you miss is the one you should have never missed. That's a critical concept. Don't miss any big meetings, okay? Nothing is more important than the next big event. And our next big event in the Bay is going to be February 22nd, so you got to be ready for that, okay? Last slide, and this is tips from Liftoff. And these are things that kind of inspired me this week, and hopefully you enjoy, but these things really hit me, and I hope you see the same thing too. I got one is take a morning walk of gratitude. Be grateful of what you already have. Be grateful for what you already are today. Don't be a person that believes that you're going to achieve to be happy. You want to happily achieve. You want to be a person that's happy that you're able to wake up this morning, happy that you're able to breathe, happy that your family's here. Be grateful to people who love you and who you love and who's alive in your life right now. You know, losing both my parents, I'm very grateful that my daughter and my family are here in my life. It's a very beautiful feeling to wake up knowing you have, you know, like my fiance Emily, to know I have a person that I love and loves me. Nothing feels better than so. You've got to be grateful for the company that you're in, for the friends that you've accomplished, for the leadership that you are be able to be part of with FRA. Be grateful. Next is, instead of being disappointed about where you are, think optimistically about where you're going. Be positive about tomorrow or what tomorrow brings. Think about the best has never happened yet. Your best is yet to come. Your best is not the past. Your best is yet to come. And, you know, don't let just because you've been alive too long or longer, not too long, but longer, that you're cynical of the future. You know, some people go through a lot of negative times and they believe that, well, that's going to be my future. No. Your past does not equal your future. Your past is just your past. It brought here so you have a great future. So be optimistic about where you're going. Focus on learning, loving, growing, and my favorite word is serving. Learn how to serve others. Never sell anyone. Serve them. Okay? Referred a great book From Selling to Serving. Joe referred a great book to Armando, and Armando referred it to me. And I'm telling you, great book. From selling to serving. And you want to understand that you are in a business of serving others, not selling anyone. No one wants to be sold. They want to be served. So serve others, okay? Believe that everything happens for a reason. Expect good things that come out of any challenging experience. No matter what you go through, because you will go through, it's meant to get you to where you need to go. In the scriptures it says, all great things are happening for those that are in Christ Jesus, which means that all great things are going to happen because you believe in Christ, you believe what you want to believe. Believe that everything happens for a reason, okay? Don't waste your precious time on gossip, energy vampires, issues of the past, negative thoughts, or things you cannot control. We did an exercise at Leadership Summit of things you can't control, things you have influence, and things you do have control. In your attitude and enthusiasm, you have that control. You can't control the weather. Most of the things that people worry about are things they can't control. So learn to be excited, invest in the energy of the things that are positive and things you can control, which is your attitude and enthusiasm. Your energy, you could control your enthusiasm, right? So focus on that. Mentor someone, lead someone, and be mentored by someone. Be mentored. And sometimes you don't have to go to someone. And what I learned from Joe over this past week is you don't go to someone and say, be my mentor. It just happens naturally because like minds will find a way to attract towards each other. So if you're working in a direction, you're going to notice that when you're a certain attitude and certain energy and a certain positive vibrancy, others will gravitate towards you, and all of a sudden you didn't realize that you're mentoring someone or you're being mentored. You didn't even know it. So mentor someone and be mentored, okay? Live with the 3 E's, energy, enthusiasm, and empathy, okay? Remember, there's no substitute for hard work. There's nothing that says I'm a shortcut. There's no shortcut to anything. You got to go get it done. There's no shortcut to get to the Super Bowl. You got to get it done. There's no shortcut to a nice body. You got to get it done. You understand? You just don't wake up with great health. You got to get that done. You got to take care of your body to have great health. There's no multi-million-dollar operation or enterprise without the energy necessary to build that, the disciplines in the beginning necessary to get that enterprise to that point. So make sure that you realize there's no substitute for hard work. Each day when you wake up in the morning, what are your 3 most important things you need to focus and do today or to get to the desires you want? Tune out all distractions and focus on those answers and the actions you need to do. And the last is read more books than you did than last year. You know, my daughter said something to me. My daughter, she is a person who reads a book a week. And she said something to me. She said, Dad, she read a quote. She didn't remember where the quote came from, but it said, an average person lives one life, but a reader lives thousands of lives. An interesting quote. And she didn't know where it came from, but it inspired her, and it inspired me when she said it. The average person lives one life, but the reader lives thousands of different lives. Imagine that. Be a reader. Enjoy all the different feelings, emotions, and concepts of what life is about, and then you'll enjoy what this business has to offer. Okay, thank you guys for being on today's call and today's webinar. I look forward to seeing you again, and let's make this week a great week. God bless. Take care. I'll see you soon.